Floodgates prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as. Look at the shields on the mark themselves.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tasteless. I'm here with our ThorZaIN. We're going into game number 4 here at the IPL with Nerchio against ThorZaIN. Nerchio down here at the bottom left. In the upper right is ThorZaIN.
That's right, we are on Crossfire, a GSL map. We've seen a ton of TVZs here, you and I, Tasteless. How do you feel about this map for TVZ?
Well, I hate being Zerg on this map. I think
yeah?
it's very tough. Let's talk about that for a minute. All right, so here's where he starts out. First expansion, not that tough to take, but Terran can rush you. The only other base that's easy to take after that is this one down here. But after that, look, every other expansion you're going to end up taking, you're expanding towards your opponent. And Zerg hates doing that. That sucks, because it's just such a shorter distance for Terran to push you. And when you're later in the game, Terran's going to have more stuff that pushes are even scarier.
That's very true, Tasteless. Not only that, but the high ground above your natural expansion can be a point of contention. You know, someone gets siege shanks and bunkers up there, you're not going to want to run up that little tiny ramp, Tasteless.
No!
That's a terrible idea.
That's terrible.
But anyways, we've seen also a lot of Zergs deal with it very well, whether it be bailing landmines or just the mobility of running speedlings around the map. You know, mutas flying around with their little batty wings. We'll have to see how Nerchio goes about doing it, but it looks like he will probably be doing a 14 hatch again. This guy loves his 14 hatch.
You know, it's surprising to see somebody hatch first on this map. It's one-on-one. You could be rushed. We'll see what ThorZaIN actually does. ThorZaIN going for the refinery. He likes these refinery builds. He's not somebody who likes to do the 2 barracks pressure builds. He's not somebody who likes to do no gas fast expand. He's definitely got his own style.
Yeah, he's about as far away from FXO SC as you could possibly get, Tasteless. No question about that. Well, the drone going to come up, see a gas once again. And, you know, one weakness that we've seen from ThorZaIN so far in this series, one of his only weaknesses, in fact, is he doesn't really balance his gas that well. You know, sometimes he way overmines gas, doesn't really time anything out, getting it, you know, as quickly as he can with his gas. And if your builds and your timings aren't sharp, a great Zerg like Nerchio is going to peck that apart over time.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Artosis. In StarCraft, it's so much about economics. I mean, obviously you have to have your micro, your macro. You got to make good, decisions in the battles. But honestly, if you're not just spending your money perfectly, your opponent can make multiple mistakes, and you just can't punish him for it.
Well, we do have this game, Tasteless, a factory going up, so it looks like he's going to manage that a lot better this game. Well, a little bit weird. We don't see another gas yet, so we might just see a cloakless Banshee coming out of him. In the meantime, we see a lot of drones coming up for Nerchio.
You ever wonder, where is the SCV getting all this stuff to actually build this stuff? He actually is carrying enough equipment to make a factory in his little SCV backpack. I just want to point that out. It's a little weird. And look at how much he has to make.
Oh my god, that's going to
Jeez.
take even more, Tasteless. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of work.
You're ruining this game for me, Tasteless.
I'm ruining esports.
Next thing you're going to do is look at the battle cruiser in comparison to the size of the Marine and tell me that that's wrong, too.
All right, we have the Marines coming in here. Nice block. Oh, excuse me. It wasn't actually a nice block. Now ThorZaIN able to target down drones.
I really like that little pressure timing, Tasteless. A lot of mining time lost, some a drone killed, and a bunch of Zerglings killed. It was a nice move there by ThorZaIN. A beautiful little pressure with great micro.
Zergling speed is on the way right now, and we're going to have to wait and see what exactly ThorZaIN has in store for us in this game. Whatever it is, it's going to be one of his best strategies because he's on the ropes right now, Artosis.
Yeah, he's on the brink of elimination, Tasteless. If he loses this game, he's out of the IPL Season 2.
Yeah, that's where his story ends.
Yeah, man. After this, we don't have a lot further to go, man. We're going to have to go into the loser bracket finals after this, in fact.
So Overlord getting his little Overlord tummy tickled by the leaves and the trees.
He's like, oh.
It tickles. I'm a ticklish Overlord. All right.
It is a cloakless Banshee being made by ThorZaIN, so I feel like Nostratosis.
Oh, you're Nostratosis?
Nostratosis, man. I see the future. I predict it. It's right.
Wow.
The world is going to end in a year?
Oh, man. Well, hopefully before that ends, they can buy a shirt at thehandsomernerd.com.
I hope so.
I mean, I wouldn't want to die, not having a shirt from there, so...
Well, you got to be dressed in your absolute best when you're in your coffin, Tasteless.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Oh, that's a good point, Artosis.
Yes, it is.
We are smart. Now, note Nerchio's creep spread is... It's okay. I mean, he did connect the mains.
That
Which
I'm
is
always
part
a fan
of part of it. Unfortunately, not too much creep out here. Although my timing might be a little bit off. Maybe if he starts out in the main, this would be the perfectly natural place to have the creep start to spread.
It's all right, Tasteless. I think you're about right. Let's take a look at the drone count. 37 against 30 SCVs so far, so he's doing a great job of droning up. And as soon as he figures out exactly what ThorZaIN is up to, then he's going to want to, lightly counter that and take a third base.
I like what he's doing here with the overlords. Take a look at these overlords. This one here, here, and here. There is no way a medevac is going to slip out in a drop and surprise the Zerg.
Yeah, no, there's very little unseen parts of the map, I guess is the worst way I could possibly phrase that in English language. Basically, Nerchio's watching for everything. He's getting his roach speed, he's getting some roaches out. But, against roaches, if you have a lot of siege tanks, you're going to feel alright. And so far, ThorZaIN, he has got a couple siege tanks out. But once he realizes it's roaches, I would love to see him go up to 2 factory siege tank and just play a slow game from there.
Yeah, we're going to see exactly what he has in store for us in a minute here. The orbital is now going to land. He will shoot a mule out of that, or call it down from the sky. Mule's just waiting.
The mule does not shoot out of the command.
Now's my chance. That'd be hilarious if it did. If it shot it up in the air and landed back out. I'm like, this is totally inefficient.
I know. Tasteless mules would mine even more minerals.
I would actually, if I was a mule, I'd mine the entire patch. I just pick up the entire patch.
You're just like a totally ripped mule.
Yeah.
You're like the Hulk mule. Instead of yellow, you're green.
My mule's got a 6-pack. All right, now we had some... Whoa.
6-pack with 4 hooves.
Take a look at this. He's going to take the gold base.
Yeah, I'm interested why he's walking 2 queens down here, though. That's a little bit peculiar. It's going to take a while for, some creep to actually be out and for those queens to do anything.
Well, it's weird, too, because we never saw any kind of Banshee rush out here. So it doesn't actually... Oh, excuse me, as I say that, here it is. So this might be part of it here, too. 2 queens can at least defend. From a Banshee coming in here, he could transfuse either queen.
Tasteless, I have to go with what you said there. I feel a little bit foolish and nub right now. It's an interesting move to send those both out there. You know what I was thinking for 1 second is he would make the hatch, cancel, throw creep tumors underneath that creep, and then make the hatch again in the correct location, get the creep spreading from over here, but I'm a creep fiend, Tasteless.
You're addicted to creep.
I'm a total NS Hoso Seal type of guy.
God, that game of GSO is good. By the way, feel free to check those games out at gomtv.net. Here comes the medevac, but of course, the Overlord knows all. And right now, stuff like that is actually something that can just win Nerchio the game right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely. Good move by ThorZaIN. He realizes, my drop has been seen. I may as well get something out of it, kill this Overlord off. But as you said, Tasteless, just knowing things are coming, if he realizes that, and he plays correctly, he's never going to be caught off guard. He's never going to take real damage from a drop.
Yeah, it looks like the gold base is about to be up and running with drones coming over there to mine those gold minerals. And we do have the medevac drop coming over here now, perfectly timed out as far as when the drones will get there. But of course, Nerchio is all too prepared.
And a lot of health being taken down, almost 2/3, and that medevac will have to go home. In the meantime, a lot of infestors being made, along with the infestor energy upgrade, Tasteless. I really like the way Nerchio's doing this. His creep spread is pretty good so far. I'd like to see a little bit more. He needs it kind of on the high ground as well to watch incoming attacks. Notice he does have a lot of creep tumors here, so I'm sure he's going to try to get that to the high ground ASAP. That's very, very important. So that, especially when you're going infestor, you need your infestors to be quick on creep. They are so slow off creep right now in the current state of the game. So that's going to be something he has to watch out for with this tech route.
All right, the infestors are out, but we have the push. It's time, Artosis, a 2-base timing push. Now, these are the ones that are the least forgiving for Terran.
Yeah.
If this doesn't work for ThorZaIN, it's going to be bad news. If it does, well, this game might...
Oh,
my God.
That's huge. Huge fungals going off. The Roach is coming in a nice arc, taking out a lot of siege tanks. And in fact, it looks like Nerchio's just going to crush this. He doesn't even have to retreat. That was a completely one-sided battle. And now ThorZaIN is going to be very, very far behind.
Also note, he didn't even use the Banshee to chase down the Infestors. He just, instead, he looks like he was kind of caught off guard by the sheer number of units. Nerchio, really good with this Roach Infestor. I think what the case is for ThorZaIN is that he's probably better off if he's playing against somebody who goes Zergling Muta. We got a drop over here, too. Nice defense.
Yeah, it looks like those queens probably killed off the medvac, but ThorZaIN right now, after such an all-in-ish push, he just kind of decides off of 2 base to push with everything he has, and it gets crushed. Nerchio has to be feeling on top of the road. Look at this, another attack coming in.
Oh, no.
Nice move there, throwing down a bunch of Infestitarians with those medvacs. So move very quickly, they might be taken out! 2 of them go out!
The Banshee's basically trying to fight him, and they're saying, "Join us!" But they're slow.
That's exactly what
Look
they're
how they
saying.
wiggle when they move. Oh,
They do.
stopped.
It looks like you when you walk, Taste. You're always wiggling down the street, so excited.
I'm going
because
to
you love life.
StarCraft, man, yeah. And this is another small factor that Nerchio's been doing, is just keeping this creep out here. Obviously, the Marine is driving him, the Overlord out, but if you're against somebody who's any weaker than ThorZaIN, and he just can't multitask well enough, you're just not going to get a 3rd base.
That's very true. I mean, that's going to take a few actions, even send some Zerglings up there to delay it. Good number of drones right now. Let's take a look at that. 62 drones against 76 SCVs. ThorZaIN's been very on top of his SCVs, but he's only on 2 base with his main about to mine out, so that's actually maybe even a little bit overkill. But right now, supply-wise, 166 to 122. Nerchio in a commanding and dominating position.
Over here in the bottom right, we see a Zerg expansion coming up here. It looks like he's going to get an extractor as well. And Nerchio is just in a very comfortable position. Right now, he knows this orbital hasn't even landed yet. And he also knows that, if anything tries to be reinforced there, they're going to have to deal with these Zerglings first.
Yeah, he's really utilizing the speed of Zerglings, and look at that drop. That's a lot of siege tanks in there, Tasteless. This is a very peculiar drop. I'm not sure what he wants to do with this.
I love how he's making a hatchery under here. You can see right now, ThorZaIN's biggest problem is just trying to get an additional base. My God, he could have fungled out.
Yeah,
so
that would have been
close.
sick.
Let's see if this drop is effective.
Well, he's trying to go in the corner so he can't be surrounded as well, but I mean, this is a lot of units coming down. That's going to make this prime fungal real estate, Tasteless.
Oh yeah, this is like one fungal growth shot right on there, and it's all going to be dead. Here comes the army now, spilling in here. More Zerg units than I can count, and now even Zerg Infestors.
Oh, man.
And there's nothing else he can do. ThorZaIN is taking out
Nerchio. Moving on, Tasteless. So well done. I'm very, very impressed because, well, Nerchio literally just outclassed ThorZaIN quite strongly in a best of 5, taking him out 3-1. Really quite amazing, really quite impressive. Nerchio will go on. Thank you guys so much for watching us. And make sure you add us on Twitter. I am Artosis. He is Call Me Tasteless. And keep tuning in to the IPL. This tournament is not over yet.